the humility of a candle flame. Act I, Desert Journey. The bus meandered along the serpentine desert road, each bump and sway keeping rhythm with the gentle pitter-patter of the soft rain against its windows. Headlights pierced through the creeping dusk, casting ephemeral shadows on the sagebrush that squatted beside the narrow highway. Inside, the cozy cabin held a congregation of travelers, each wrapped in the comforting embrace of woolen coats. Accompanied by the musty scent of well-trodden journeys and the faint, lingering aroma of brewed coffee. In a corner seat, Mark sat in solitude, eyes burdened with the weight of reflection, his hands clasped around a leather-bound Bible, a cherished gift from a small church that had offered solace during his most troubled times. He thumbed through its worn pages, each one a whispered promise, a thread of hope he desperately yearned to believe and trust. Suddenly, the bus jolted over a deep rut, sending a stranger's thermos hurtling to the floor. Landing with a metallic thud at Mark's feet, he retrieved it, handing it back to a kind-eyed, weathered man across the aisle whose gentle demeanor seemed to exude a quiet, comforting warmth, care to share some tea. The man offered, his voice a soft melody against the bus's murmuring hum. Mark hesitated, guarded by the walls he'd built, but the warmth in the stranger's gaze softened his resolve. He accepted with a nod, and as they shared the humble drink, the stranger passed him a crumpled piece of paper, inscribed with a verse that hung in the air like an echo. God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. The simple words resonated deeply, like the eternal song of cicadas, aligning with the discord in Mark's restless soul that very morning. He'd been lauded with a promotion at work, a trophy earned by stepping on the shadows of a colleague, a deed that cast a long, deceitful shadow over his spirit. Desperate for inner quiet, Mark closed his eyes and prayed with earnest humility. Lord of mercy, I've sinned in thought and action. I've chased success heedless of others, trampling their dignity for my gain. Show me humility's path. Guide me to make amends. As he poured out his heart, a gentle warmth flickered in his chest, a stirring akin to the first brush of dawn on a cold night. A whisper of God's benevolent presence, divine guidance beckoned him towards confession and reconciliation. Yet fear and pride waged a fierce war within him, their battle lines drawn deep in his conscience. The bus rolled to a halt at a solitary, remote stop. The stranger rose to leave, pausing to impart a final thought. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. His words earnest and softly spoken, leaving a balm-like echo in Mark's heart before he disappeared into the enclosing shadows of the rain-soaked night. As the bus journeyed onwards, Mark turned the stranger's words over in his mind, their weight as palpable as the warm thermos he held. He reached into his jacket and found a small candle, a relic from church, a beacon of the guiding light he longed for, its waxy surface cool under his fingers, a tangible symbol of redemption's path. Turning furled its colors across the vast canvas of the horizon. The bus reached its final destination, the hum of its engine falling silent. Mark stepped off into the crisp morning air, inhaling deeply, tasting the promise of renewal that it carried by the shelter of an ancient olive grove.
shepherd of my soul, he prayed, his voice a mere whisper, yet carrying the weight of a lifetime. I surrender pride, asking courage to make amends. Strengthen me to confess and rebuild trust. Your light guides, let it shine through my actions. Rising with renewed purpose, Mark turned towards the path of concentration. His heart a vessel brimming with hope, open to the grace and reconciliation he now knew awaited him. Holy One, grant me humility to embrace your light and grace. Guide my steps with courage and love in every moment and place. Let my heart reflect your will, now and always. Amen.
whispers of distress, in the dim glow of the ER's fluorescent lights. Emily sat hunched over her reception desk, surrounded by the steady ring of telephones and the rustle of feet against sterile tiles. The emergency room was a cacophony of life at its rawest. Cries of pain, the whir of machinery, and urgent murmurs of medical staff in transit. Her fingers encircled a chipped mug, steam rising in thin spirals from her fourth cup of weak coffee. The bitter aroma mingling with antiseptic to form a scent that was both familiar and numbing. Each call another name, another urgent need. Each life a story breaking through the thin veneer of routine. At times, names blurred into a single, continuous plea for help, unending and relentless. Emily fumbled with the lamp on her desk, adjusting its beam in a futile attempt to chase away the almost tangible fatigue clinging to her. Her shoulders drooped under the invisible weight of responsibility. As the calls poured in, she closed her eyes briefly, whispering a desperate prayer under her breath. Lord of mercy, help me remember their names. Let none go unseen by you. Her heart ached with the weight of each life, each story spinning through her hands like sand, impossible to hold, each grain a testimony of human fragility. As she spoke the prayer, an unfamiliar calm washed over her, as if a gentle hand had rested upon her weary shoulder. Her fingers ceased their trembling, steadied by a peace that transcended the chaos around her. She inhaled deeply, the air filling her lungs with reassurance, and she returned to the phone with renewed focus, feeling the presence of grace in each breath. The threshold of surrender. Hours slipped away beneath the relentless fluorescent glare, and Emily found herself staring at the clock, as if time itself were some impenetrable fortress. The faces passing by her desk blurred into indistinguishable shades of desperation and pain. Each encounter was a reflection of human suffering, and yet she felt her resolve dissolving into the floor, her spirit waning with each moment. Another shift, another name forgotten, another human lost in the crowd. This haunted her heart. In a rare moment of respite, she stepped outside, the cool night air a balm against her flushed cheeks. The wind carried the scent of rain, promising renewal. And the night sky was cloud-wrapped, void of stars and yet full of promise. She touched the cross pendant around her neck, its weight a reminder of a covenant unbroken, heavy yet comforting. There, beneath the dark canopy, Emily sank to the ground, her knees pressing into the earth as she prayed a second time. Shepherd of my soul, she began, her voice cracking under the strain of unshed tears. I am lost. Take this burden of guilt from my shoulders. Show me how to see your children, truly see them, in their suffering and need. In that quiet communion, she was met with an unexpected urge, a nudge to let go, to release the burden she clung to believe, truly believe, that love indeed keeps its promise. The urge was a whisper of God within her, urging her to trust once more that He is the keeper of all souls. Her heart lightened, tears mingling with the soft rain beginning to fall, washing her clean of doubt. She stood, clothed in newfound courage, the darkness now a canvas of infinite possibilities. The gift of sight, re-entering the warmth of the hospital, Emily felt the air around her hum with a vibrant energy, as if imbued with the spirit of hope she carried within her. She approached her desk, the familiar chaos unfolding, yet with a new clarity seeping into her soul. The lamp on her desk burned brighter now, cutting through the shadows of weariness that had plagued her. As people moved past, she looked into each face, her eyes seeking what her heart had before overlooked, a reflection of the divine. She approached one young man, his posture slumped, eyes cast downward, a picture of quiet despair. "Hello there," she greeted gently, her voice a soothing balm against the harshness of the night. "I'm Emily. What name can I call upon when I pray for you tonight?" For the first time, she saw him, truly saw him, and he shared a soft smile, the first of the night, a fragile glow in the dark. "Daniel," he replied, his voice barely above a whisper, yet filled with the weight of hope. Through the evening, Emily repeated the gesture, and her desk transformed into a beacon of hope, a lighthouse in the stormy sea of human suffering. The ear's noise remained, a constant backdrop. But now the names she gathered were etched onto her heart, offerings brought before the Holy One in prayer. Each one, a soul enveloped in divine love.
Lord, you guide my weary soul. Anoint my eyes to see as you see. May love fulfill its promise through me. Keep me in your light always. Amen.
The gathering winds. The salty breeze carried whispers of impending change through the small fishing village, brushing against weather-worn faces as fishermen secured their boats with furrowed brows. Nearby, seagulls scattered, sensing the brewing storm. Miriam stood amid the constant hum of preparation, her heart weighed down by unspoken prayers, each one a seed of hope planted in the soil of uncertainty. She made her way to the village chapel, its doors welcoming her as friends who had witnessed countless tales of faith and fear. The ground beneath her feet was soft from the night's rain, and the air was thick with the mingled scents of seawater, candle wax, and lavender. An aroma as familiar as it was sacred, binding the present moment to countless others long past. Inside, the chapel's wooden benches bore the weight of generations, each scarred and polished by time, kneeling in the dim light that filtered through stained glass. Miriam whispered, "Lord of mercy, guide us through this storm. Keep our hearts steadfast." Her words floated upwards, joining the echoes of centuries of prayers that filled the sacred space. Outside, villagers bustled about, oblivious to a solitary figure making his way towards them. An unfamiliar yet somehow recognizable traveler, each step marking the journey he had not yet completed. The return of the prodigal, Joshua paused at the village's edge, the sight stirring something deeper within him than the distant rumble of thunder. He had spent years chasing elusive dreams, yet instinct had drawn him back to this humble sanctuary. Stepping into the chapel, silence embraced him like an old friend. He sank onto a creaking bench, the familiar groan of wood beneath him a comfort. "Father, I am lost," Joshua confessed, the words both foreign and familiar on his lips. His sun-tanned hands, calloused by years of wandering, clutched one another, seeking divine guidance as he prayed. A warmth enveloped him, the gentle reassurance of an unseen hand. It was as if roots of belonging began to wound their way into his heart, anchoring him in the soil of his forgotten past. As Joshua emerged from the chapel, Miriam met him with surprise and recognition in her eyes. There was no need for words, their shared history filled the silence between them. She offered him bread and salt, a gesture simple yet profound, much like the life he had left behind. While the sea around them roared with impending fury, a profound peace settled within Joshua, a calm amidst the storm. The storm's fury descended upon the village that evening. Waves crashing with the primal force of an ancient beast awakened Joshua, and the villagers found themselves locked in a battle against the tempest, salt water whipping through the air and mingling with torrential rain as chaos threatened to consume them. Boats danced perilously on the angry sea, but a shared resolve bound the villagers together. "Lord, give us strength," Joshua prayed aloud, his voice a hopeful plea woven into the raging storm. It was a beacon for the villagers, a flicker of divine light cast across their path like lightning slicing through the night sky. Through their collective struggle, Joshua felt his past transgressions wash away, replaced by a newfound purpose and a sense of kinship he had longed for. With a heart assured by divine guidance, they pressed on, fortified by faith. By dawn, the storm had spent its wrath, leaving the village battered yet standing, an enduring testament to resilience and faith. Exhausted but grateful, the villagers gathered within the chapel, their sanctuary and refuge together. They lifted their hearts in gratitude for the protection granted and the silent, shared prayers answered.
Shepherd of my soul, guide our steps amidst the storms of life. Grant us courage and peace, bind us in unity and love. May your light ever illuminate our path, turning our hearts towards hope. We place our trust in you, O Lord, now and forever. Grace on the mountain road, red eye, the unsent letter. Dawn gently lit the winding mountain road, its golden glow sketching secrets held like an unsent letter. These secrets like words meant for my father tugged at my heart, a reconciliation never realized. The wind played through crimson leaves, murmuring unspoken words that pressed on my soul. stirring, a longing too strong to ignore. Each step echoed missed conversations, while the air, pine-scented and earthy, whispered of nature, shared mourning for words unsaid. Kneeling on the rough stone, its coldness pricking my knees, I exhaled into the autumn mist. Lord of mercy, I whispered, hoping the rustling trees heard my fragile voice. My heart is troubled, show me how to reach him, to let go of pride and fear. It was the beginning of healing, the first fragile step. Silence wrapped around me, except for nature's whispers. In that stillness I sensed a sacred pause, an invitation to listen. Peace cradled my heart, reminding me that grace starts slow where surrender begins. The mountains seemed to bow with me in solidarity, each rock witness to my transformation. The cold stone, the ancient chapel perched on the valley's edge, with its door ajar, called out to weary travelers inside. Cool air mingled with the scent of aged stone, creating a sanctuary echoing centuries of whispered prayers. But beneath it, my heart clattered with unresolved emotions. Past arguments with my father were stones in my chest. I moved forward the narrow aisle, funneling my doubts toward the altar. The floorboards creaked in empathy with my burdened soul. I knelt, breathed out a wavering sigh, and clasped my hands. Shepherd of my soul, I prayed, my voice trembling with flickering candlelight. Lost in my own wilderness, help me lay down my pride. Show me the way to him. Silence followed, bringing calm like a promise on the breeze. The chapel seemed to breathe with me, drawing me closer to the divine whisper of change inside. A nudge urged actionable grace like sunlight breaking through doubt. The turning call, exiting the chapel, the road seemed new. As prayer cleared the air, the sky, a tapestry of colors, with the sun radiantly lighting the path. Scattered light across leaves, a promise kept with each step. Thoughts turned toward action, resolve building within. Fear no longer halted, grace's flow. My fingers grip my phone, now a lifeline of reconciliation, to bridge the silence's chasm. Each step felt guided, urging a call, a pilgrimage toward redemption. Each footfall beat hope into my heart's rhythm. At the mountain's edge, the landscape mirrored my heart's vast expanse, absorbing my journey's story. The earth beneath hummed with invitation, With trembling fingers I dialed his number. Each ring ticked toward a new beginning. Dad, I began, my voice steady yet vulnerable, strength and fragility entwined. I'm sorry. Can we begin anew? The pause felt eternal, but I sensed the holy presence enfolding us. Gray smooth regret's edges, healing threads stretched across our distance. His quiet response bridged the expanse, reconciliation beginning under the mountain's ancient embrace. Lord of mercy, you guide my steps toward humility and peace. Help me walk softly in your grace, releasing fear to embrace love. Let your light shine through my actions. Amen. Shine through the fog, Acti, the sound of silence. The wind curled around the city's dim streets, nudging it awake in the early hours. Its haunting whistle wove through the shadows like a ghostly symphony, whispering secrets only the morning would reveal. Streetlights cast lonely beams through the thick mist, clinging stubbornly to the sidewalks, their illumination creating a halo around each droplet that hung in the air. A warm glow spilled from the little bakery on the corner, its golden light a sanctuary against the chill, mingling with the fog that seemed to dance in the gentle breeze. Floor floated in the air like delicate snowflakes, settling softly onto worn countertops. The heart of a place steeped in history and love. Jacob, an immigrant from Eastern Europe, rose at 4 a.m. for his daily ritual of baking bread. This sacred practice, honed over decades, was as much a prayer as it was a routine. The soft rhythm of kneading dough unfolded in the kitchen, where the clatter of utensils provided a serene backdrop to Jacob's thoughts. But today a fog lingered not only outside but also in Jacob's heart, a veil of uncertainty that clouded his spirit. A sleek new bakery across the street threatened his livelihood, casting shadows over his modest shop, and his hopes' anxiety swept over him like an unwelcome guest, pausing hands deep in the pliant dough. Jacob whispered, Lord of mercy, guide me through fog. The kitchen seemed to breathe with him, a presence manifesting like the dawn, gentle yet profound. Although no words filled his ears, an assurance whispered, "Be still and trust." Jacob opened his eyes, sensing a divine nudge, inviting him to listen more than he spoke. In that quiet kitchen, he felt a warm embrace that began to melt away the icy tendrils of his worry. Breaking of bread, but the usual rush of customers trickled past Jacob's shop to the rival across the street. He watched his heart sinking as familiar faces vanished behind the sleek storefront, turning back to his sanctuary. He buried his grief in the comforting rhythm of needing, trying hard to ignore the relentless whispers of failure echoing in his mind. Yet in that struggle, Jacob's hands moved with renewed purpose. Each loaf became an offering, a prayer crafted for sustenance beyond the physical. As the first batch baked, the aroma filled the room, winding through Jacob's soul like a healing balm, gentle and sure. Amidst the warmth of the oven, a thought unlike his own nudged him, a subtle whisper from the depths of his heart. Share your bread, startled by the simplicity of the message. He pondered this absurdity and scarcity. Could it be divine guidance, suggesting an unseen path? His mind debated, yet his heart felt a calm clarity, an unexpected invitation. By mid-morning, the sun's rays pierced through the fog, warming the earth anew with a gentle welcoming embrace. Jacob, pondering the divine whisper, stood by the counter with fresh bread cooling on racks, their golden crust promising comfort. Destiny crossed the street, and Mia, the rival baker, her uncertain expression and nervous hands lingered as she entered his domain. Her presence was unexpected, yet Jacob, driven by an impulse beyond mere understanding, offered her a loaf of his bread, a smile softening his features. "Here," he said, warmth surprising even himself. "For you." Mia's eyes widened, surprise mingling with gratitude. Her face softened, and in that moment a silent bridge of understanding unfurled, a gesture of peace and grace, dismantling the invisible wall of competition. As their eyes met, Jacob saw not a rival but a fellow sojourner, moved by the same call. Light through the fog, as Mia leapt, cradling the warm loaf like a treasured gift. A profound realization settled over Jacob, sharing, giving in scarcity, illuminated a path revealed through prayer and trust. The bread, once merely a survival necessity, testified to the power of divine whispers, subtly profound. In his soul's quiet, Jacob realized divine guidance had woven through his heart, crafting a purpose beyond his
Cacti. Winter shadows.
The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting elongated shadows across St. Joseph's Seminary, a stoic sentinel against the biting winter chill. Frosty air crept through the cracks of history-laden walls, whispering tales of those who had walked these halls before. Inside, Jacob sat hunched over his textbooks, their glossy carvings reflecting the fading light. Yet their contents remained a mystery, unopened and unexplored. Doubt had crept into his soul, an insidious frost that had frozen the once vibrant seal that fueled his journey. He had begun this path with fervor and conviction, yet now felt heavy with uncertainty. His prayer life an echo, haunting and hollow. Expectations bore down on him from every side. His family, mentors, his own aspirations. The question loomed unanswered in his mind. Was this truly his calling, or had he veered off course into spiritual obscurity? In the dimly lit chapel, he knelt beneath the sanctuary lamp's steady flicker, a lone star in a night of spiritual confusion. Shadows of the well-worn pews stretched out, cast by the flickering light, offering neither solace nor answers, only silent companionship in his quest. The Lord of mercy, he prayed, the words teetering precariously between belief and a desperate plea. Am I where you want me to be? I feel lost, guide me please. His supplication hovered in the air, unanswered by voice or vision, yet the silence wrapped around him like a comforting shroud. The cold stone and creaking pews bearing witness to his whispers, confessions, and unspoken fears. The old priest's silence, an old priest whose years seemed to have blessed him with the wisdom of listening, moved through the seminary with a grace that comes from a life steeped in quiet reflection. Jacob found him in the library, a sanctuary of hushed reverence amid his internal storm. Father, how do you pray when God feels far away? Jacob's voice was raw, a soul laid bare in its vulnerability and longing for guidance. Father Thomas regarded him with eyes that carried the depth of oceans, saying nothing at first, allowing silence to weave its tapestry of understanding, more eloquent than any sermon. Then, with a gentle smile, he handed Jacob a small, worn book. Prayer isn't always about performing, but listening, he said, his words woven with a gentle wisdom and a hint of a secret yet to be revealed. Jacob accepted the book, the leather cover smooth from age and countless hands. The title, The Imitation of Christ, was embossed in faded gold, a testament to its enduring wisdom. Though uncertainty lingered, the priest's silent guidance wrapped around him like a comforting cloak. The chapel laying the book as if it were a sacred artifact,
Jacob sought the familiar stillness of the chapel once more. This time he approached with a heart intent not on petitioning, but on listening. The sanctuary lamp cast a soft, unwavering glow, shadows playing out a silent symphony upon the walls as he read. Each word became a stepping stone deeper into silence, peeling away layers of anxious thoughts until he was left with the divine's quiet hum. A suggestion of something greater emerged from the silence, an indescribable sensation of being held and understood, akin to a parent's embrace, unconditional and reassuring. "Shepherd of my soul," he whispered into the silence, "teach me to choose the lesser seat, to be humble, not for glory, but for you." In that still moment, quiet enveloped him as though God nodded in agreement. A guidance subtle yet profound, like the first tender buds of spring promising the end of a winter's harsh rain. A new resolution. In the days that followed, an evident change marked Jacob's demeanor. A subtle transformation aligned him with a new, hopeful rhythm. His life within the seminary shifted. A quiet evolution of spirit and attitude. He volunteered for tasks that often went unnoticed. Cleaning the chapel, arranging books, serving without seeking acknowledgement or spotlight. Finding an unanticipated joy in the simplicity of acts unseen. Choosing the lesser seat filled hollow spaces within him, replacing them with a newfound sense of purpose and peace that resonated deep in his soul. One evening, resting in the chapel's familiar warmth, his doubts, though not entirely vanished, were tempered by a profound understanding that transcended mere knowledge, a trust in the shepherd of his soul, an echo of divine love that reverberated humility and grace throughout his being. Holy One, guide my heart as you will. guided by the star above. Act I, a night at the shelter. I stand in the dim glow of the shelter's lobby, where a single lamp casts shadows that dance across the walls like fleeting phantoms. The rains tap softly on the window, a gentle chorus that resonates with the quiet murmurs of those seeking refuge within. Each droplet seems to echo the heartbeats of the souls gathered here, weary travelers on life's unpaved roads. It's my third night volunteering, and though exhaustion nips at my edges, a deeper fatigue weighs on my spirit, a fatigue of the heart, burdened by the stories etched into the lines of these faces. Each face is a testament to the endurance of the human soul, chronicles of battles fought and survived. As I distribute blankets, the warmth they offer seems minuscule against the vast cold that clings stubbornly outside, wrapping the world in its harsh embrace. But tonight, a single blanket is missing. One less than needed. I watch as an elderly man, his eyes weary yet kind, yet alive with a flicker of resilient light, lies down on the hard floor without complaint, clutching his worn coat tightly around him like a fragile shield. My heart clenches, a knot of helplessness tightening with each beat. It twines itself around my silent prayers, prayers sent heavenward with the weight of urgency. I slip to the back room, seeking solace in the quiet embrace of solitude. Lord of mercy, I whisper, resting my palms on the cool, solid surface of the wooden table before me, grounding me in this small sanctuary. Guide me. I don't know how to help when I have so little to give. My words float upwards like whispers on the wind, seeking the ears of the divine, hoping to be caught and answered with the gentle breath of inspiration. The rain continues its soft symphony as I return to the main hall, my footsteps almost drowned in its melody, blending into the night's gentle hymn. In my pocket, my fingers find an old key, a trinket from a time when I believed it opened the door to anywhere, a relic of youthful dreams not yet faded, but tucked away for safekeeping. I toy with it absent-mindedly, a physical reminder of paths not taken, of doors still waiting to be opened. A thought flickers, soft as the starlight obscured by clouds, and I sense the gentle nudge of God's guidance. It speaks without words, urging me to shift my focus from what is lacking to the warmth I can offer in its stead. I approach the elderly man, his frail body curled into itself like a leaf in autumn's grip. Against the unforgiving cold with a silent prayer, I kneel beside him, the floor cold but my heart warm with a newfound resolve. "Sir," I whisper, slipping off my sturdy shoes, worn yet warm. "May these keep your feet warm tonight." His eyes widen, gratitude painting his features with a light that seems to transcend the shadows, as if a small star has burst into being within him. "Thank you," he breathes, clutching the shoes as if they were a gift from God himself, his voice a tremor of grace received. Prayer of surrender. Back in the solitude of the rear corridor, I sink to my knees, the rhythm of the rain now a part of my own breath, a heartbeat of the world around me. Holy One, I pray, my voice a thread weaving between the patter of the rain. Forgive my blindness to your abundance. Show me how to see beyond what's missing and act on what I can give.
The air around me feels fuller, as though unseen hands have lifted the heaviness from my shoulders, the burden of inadequacy unraveling into threads of possibility. In this surrender, I find freedom, a liberation from the confines of my perceived inadequacy, a door opening within. Dawn of a new path. As the night deepens, I find myself stepping outside, into the embrace of the rain. Each droplet is a reminder of grace, soft yet persistent, a baptism of renewal as it grazes my skin. My steps are lighter now, a new path illuminated not by a physical star, but by the spark of a renewed heart within me. I watch as the rain creates ripples on the puddles by the curb, circles spreading wide, ripples like the small acts of kindness we sow, reaching further than we can see. The elderly man's smile follows me as I leave the shelter behind, and I realize that in giving, I have received God's touches in every small gesture, every shared moment of warmth, every step we take guided by the light above, a light that shines not from the heavens, but from the love kindled in the heart. Shepherd of my soul, in my weakness you show strength. Guide my hands and heart to serve with wisdom and grace. May your love illuminate my path like the stars on high. Teach me to walk in your light now and always. Amen.
Confession in the desert dawn. Acti, journey of Phalemity. Anna sat by the bus window, feeling the engine's rumble resonate with the brisk winter air. The landscape unfurled into endless dunes, each laid with frost-like lace, mirroring her tangled emotions. Every exhaled breath clouded the glass, momentarily obscuring her view. The sun began its ascent, spilling gold rays across the horizon, promising a new day.
Clutch close was a worn leather notebook. Her innermost fears left unspoken. A diary marked with confessions of a heart seeking solace. With each mile deeper into the wilderness, the burden grew heavier. The bus jolted over a rough patch, pulling her back to the present. An older man beside her unscrolled a thermos, releasing chamomile's soothing scent, mingling with the cold air. Tea he offered, his eyes a mosaic of patience and wisdom. She accepted, letting its warmth seep through her fingers, a small comfort against her doubt.
Voices in the wilderness. As the bus moved beneath the desert sky, Anna's thoughts returned to the argument with her brother. A chasm unhealed, a silent weight. Their anger echoed in her mind, a wound unhealed. Lord of mercy, she whispered,
eyes closed, leaning into the gentle rhythm. I am lost, show me the way home. The man listened in silence, a calm presence, a lighthouse in her storm. He handed her a small Bible, a verse for the weary traveler, he said, his voice like soft gravel. Anna clutched it, thinking of Psalm 23. Though she felt far from God, a glimmer of hope ignited within, a path back to grace and reconciliation. The courage to confess as dawn grew stronger, the desert awakened, kissed by the sun's touch. Once dark, it now pulsed with life. Words rose within her, untangling with each breath. She turned to the man, her voice a prayer. How do I find the courage to confess? Prayer, he replied simply, his gaze steady, a beacon in her storm. Speak to the Lord as a friend, let his love guide you. Anna closed her eyes, whispering, Holy One, grant me strength to make things right. Fill my heart with courage to confess. Her spirit, once reluctant, wrestled with resolve. She retrieved her phone, trembling as she messaged her brother, each word a step toward healing. A new light. The bus paused in a small town as morning unfurled into its full splendor. Her phone vibrated with her brother's message, I've missed you, soothing her aching heart. Tears of relief threatened to spill, the knot in her chest unraveling. Replaced by determination and joy, she stepped off the bus, resolved to bridge the once insurmountable distance with love and forgiveness. Turning to thank the kind stranger, she found he had merged into the crowd, leaving behind the memory of his guidance and a sense that God had been guiding her all along. Lord of mercy, shepherd of my soul, lead me through the valleys of my own making. Grant me the courage to confess